At ease. Let me start off by saying this. Never again will I make a video with the intent of speaking to my sisters so they can benefit. You know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of sisters watch my channel. A good number of women watch this channel, and I appreciate it. And I know that most of the time women get nuggets by me speaking to my brothers or speaking to each other in the comment section. But never again, like I did my last video, make a video with the intent of, hey, you know what? I think my sisters can take this information and do something with it, right? That's not how I played out. And to be honest, when I made the last video, there were a few people in the comments saying, hey, this is going to end up like this. Women are going to say this, right? But long story short, my last video, in a nutshell, I was saying that, you know, one of the desirable qualities that men seek in women, right? Let me back up. I started off by saying, hey, sisters, I was talking to Western women. I said, I know a lot of men go abroad. They go to Africa. They go to Colombia. They go to Asia. And they get online and say, hey, brothers, these women are better than American women or Western women or black women or whatever, right? The first thing I said is, hey, I know a lot of brothers are saying that, but it's not true. I said some of the most intelligent, smart, fine, thick, cute, whatever women are in the West or in America. So from the get-go, I let women know that, hey, I'm putting all women on equal playing field, so you don't think it's a better or worse type thing, right? But I did say this. I said the deciding factor when a lot of men go abroad and they're saying, hey, I'm preferring these women, the factor isn't attractiveness. It isn't you being thick. It isn't your success level. It's your energy when it comes to you just being pleasant to be around. You just being a nice and genuine person. And on that video, go watch it. I'll leave a link. I really spoke to what I meant by saying nice, right? The level of support and all these other things, right? But I said, hey, that's in other words, when I made that video, this is what I was thinking in my mind. Like, I know a lot of men get online and say certain things. Hey, women in America or black women aren't this. But I felt like I was giving you the playbook. You know what I'm saying? I felt like what I was doing was saying, hey, you know what? Let me tell you what people are seeing. Let me tell you what men are experiencing in these other countries to make you think they're choosing them over you. This is what they're experiencing. These women are nice and nothing else. So in my mind, I thought a woman would say, hey, you know what? Okay, that might have hurt a little bit, but thank you for that, soul. Now I know what it is that men are looking at or what's drawing them over there. But now, just like a lot of times, man, sisters took offense to an ally. I'm an ally to my sisters. You know what I'm saying? And I said this a number of times, and I believe I said it in the last video. I hate when I get online and I see my sisters, man, you know, making videos saying, hey, you know what, men aren't checking for me, or the dating games. And I'm talking about good women. I ain't talking about no thotties. I'm talking about good women getting online and saying, hey, you know what, I'm looking for a guy. I'm trying to find a husband. I hate when I get online and see these beautiful women, and then I see these same women saying, hey, well, why are all these women from this country taking our men? Why are men flocking to Colombia? I was telling you in that video, one of the primary things men are seeing that they're drawn to, and it's just a woman simply being nice. But this is what a sister put, man. One comment. This is sister, and I hope y'all can hear, man. I didn't even plan on making a video today. I know it's kind of loud. I'm out here on the street, man. And I appreciate, brother, I can't think of his name, on one of my videos before. He said, hey, Soul, man, I appreciate you showing, you know, the city and da-da-da-da. He said, but it's hard to hear. You know, because I heard people watching today. He said, it's hard to hear, man. And I take that as constructive criticism. And I replied to the brother like, hey, man, I left my microphone in the back of an Uber, so I got to get another one. You know what I'm saying? So I hope y'all can hear, man, but I really want to make this because I just saw this comment, right? And Sister T Laka 2 says this. Genuine question. First off, Sister T Laka 2, I appreciate you watching and I appreciate you commenting. Sister T Laka 2 said, genuine question. If black American women are so bad, why concern yourself with them at all? Why not just talk about how great these other women are, but not bring up black American women? Why not just focus on how to obtain these other women and live happily ever after with them, right? Good question. And I'll say this. First off, because I still love all women. I still love black women. And if I'm a protector and provider in general of black women, then I also have to be a man that gives guidance. Like if I see my sisters in left field and I hear them complaining about a certain thing, and I get some insight that I can give to them, then who am I to say I love my sisters but not give them game? Who am I to say I love my sisters but not give them game? That's like if a sister comes on my channel and makes a comment and say, hey, so you know what? Hey, I watched this video and some sisters did. A year or two ago when I was making content about old relationships, sisters came on there and said, hey, you know what? Yada, yada, yada. Next time do this. And if you see this, then it means this. I took that as gold. I took that as, hey, you know what? This sister don't even know me, but this sister must care about me to give me some kind of gain. A lot of sisters don't think like that. A lot of sisters, and I'm going to say it, and I don't care if y'all get pissed off, a lot of sisters are in so much victim mentality that even when a person is coming from them on the opposite end of the spectrum, from another gender, and try to give them some gain, they're already so set up to be pissed off about it that they can't take the nuggets and say, hey, you know what? This was valuable. Thank you for sharing this. Well, hey, you know what? It did nothing to me. Like I'm still the same person. Which my content should have. That last video shouldn't have. Like if it pissed you off, that must mean you're one of these women that are moving in an unpleasant fashion. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she said, why even bring it up? Because I'm not speaking to men about, hey, go speak to women of this culture or women of this. Now, I might point out some certain things. Now, I might point out what I like. I might point out that I have a certain attraction to certain features and certain cultures and certain women, just like I speak highly on certain features of black women. You know, but I'm not a person over here talking about brothers run for the hills, leave these Western women alone. Now, a lot of them are jacked up. But like I've said on a number of videos, a lot of women in the West, a lot of my sisters appear to be good women and can't find a man. So hell, I'm just trying to give a little insight. But tell me where I'm lying in that last video. When I say that a lot of women have a goddess complex, tell me where I'm lying. You act like I was just making something up. You know, and to be honest, I thought for years it was just something I was experiencing until I started hearing other brothers speak about it. Until I started dating outside of my race. And I was like, hey, you know what? Every single race, culture, creed of women have their pros and cons. And one thing that I see about the women that look like me, like, hey, they have many benefits, many beautiful things about them. I said, but one thing that I noticed is this. So if I make content saying, hey, sisters, I know you might not know it. And one brother said this in the comments in the same video. And I'm not saying he was wrong, but the brother said, hey, you know a lot of he said, you know, a lot of our sisters don't take accountability, right? And I won't say our sisters, I'll say a lot of women, period. A lot of women, I mean, that's nothing new. A lot of women just aren't aligned with taking accountability. But when it comes to like the point I was talking about some black women being in this goddess mindset or their attitude is jacked up. And when I talk about that, man, it's hard for me to really put accountability on that. Because to be honest, I don't think a lot of women, and hence why I made the whole video, I don't think a lot of women understand that it's a thing within them. You know, like I don't think black women are intentionally saying, you know what, I want to present myself. I don't think our sisters are intentionally saying, I want to present myself to the point where I'm difficult. I want to present myself in a way that when I'm out in public, people hate dealing with me for certain reasons. And trust me, I'm not even talking to all black. I'm not even talking to the majority. But I'm speaking to a large enough number of sisters to where it's expected of them. Out, you know, before a person even gets to know them, they're expecting them to be a certain way. And I hate that. I hate that, man. I hate that certain people Look, just like I hate certain black men get certain traits put on them before people meet them. I hate that my sisters get it too. You know what I'm saying? So, again, I get it, whatever, but best believe, if you get nuggets from here, I'm speaking to my brothers going forward. I hope y'all get nuggets, but never again will I say, hey, you know what? I think my sisters will get advice from this. Then she says this. She says this. We are not these other women, and we don't want to be them. We are us, and it's draining consistently being compared to women you're not in competition with. I mean, I could say a lot about that comment, the second part of that comment, but I'm not. I could go in deep on that, but I'm not. It's not the time for it, right? When she says, we are not these other women, nor do we want to be them. I could pause for 5 minutes and go in a direction, but I choose not to because it's not even about that. So respect to that. We are not these other women, nor do we choose to be them. We are us, and it's draining constantly being compared to women you're not in competition with, right? Well, first off, let me say this. Yes, you are in competition with other women. No, you're not comparing yourself. You're not comparing yourself to other women, but you are in competition with them. Just like me as a man, I'm in competition with every other man that's alive. The man from Africa, the men from Asia, the men from Honduras, the men from Madagascar, the men from Morocco, the men from Medellin. I'm in comparison. I'm in competition. I mean, so to speak. Nobody's supposed to be competing, but y'all get what I'm saying. Like if I'm trying to attract a woman, if I'm trying to find a wife, and my thing is, hey, I'll date a woman from any race. There's not a race, creed, or culture of religion of women that I'll say, you know what, I just don't entertain that. So if that's my mindset, then ultimately I'm in quote unquote competition with every man that's walking. With every man that's roaming the planet, I'm in competition with him, right? So if I was to have an issue with women that look like me that I was trying to attract, if I saw a number of these women, not even the majority, but if I saw a number of these women going to different countries and saying certain things like, hey, you know what? I enjoyed spending time with this race or creed of people or whatever, and I started seeing patterns of it. And I was seeing legions of men take vacations overseas to experience this thing and come back and tell about their good experiences, and they're wifing these men up. If I saw the opposite end of what I'm explaining, at some point in time, I'll be like, okay, you know what? Before I get pissed off, let me ask myself, what are these foreign men doing? Like, what is it that you like about them that's pulling you away from whatever, America or women that look a certain way? Like, what is it? And I will want to know. Not to compare or not to conform myself to be them, but at least to show myself something in me that may be repelling the women that I'm trying to get with. So you gotta understand, my whole angle of making that video, sister, was I'm an ally, and I don't even know you. Nor am I pissed off about your comment, because I think your comment is really just, it could be a frustration. It could be a frustration of you hearing men say certain things like leave the black woman alone. It may be your frustration, so I'm not even pissed off. I wanna further let you know, hey, I'm an ally, and further say something that you can say, hey, you know what? Maybe if I alter this one thing about myself. First off, maybe if I analyze this about myself. Like, maybe my attitude is, and I'm not talking about you specifically, I'm talking about women that took offense to this. Like, maybe my attitude is XYZ. Like, I never even hear other cultures and people. I never ever hear other races of women, and I'm talking about women saying this. I never even hear other women talk about being pick-me's. Like, if you find a woman in the energy that I describe, confident, she's sweet, she's nice, she's all these things, most women will call her a pick-me. And I don't know the exact details or the exact definition of what a pick-me is, but I do know it's a term that's looked down upon women. Like women that are doing all these extra things. Women that are going above and beyond to make themselves pleasing to a man. And it's crazy because I just saw this video, I want to say yesterday. And I've seen it 3 or 4 times on different platforms, so I'm sure it's going viral. But there's this black woman on there saying, it's a real quick clip. She's kind of showing her ring. I'm not sure if she had just gotten engaged, like on the spot, or I could tell at least it was recent. But she was on the clip, she was showing her hand, she was showing the ring, and she was like, I told y'all. She was like, all my friends were telling me, don't do this. Don't be nice. And I can't remember what she was saying, but don't be nice. Don't cook for my man. Don't submit to my man. Don't do this. Don't do this. But I got the ring. I got the husband now. You have to understand, the far majority of people that are keeping women single is other women. It's other women. And I'm mainly really seeing that type activity or that type conversation in the West, right? And if I'm honest with myself, maybe just because I'm a black man, I see it more in the black community. And maybe that's because mostly what's coming up on my feed. Maybe it's taking places in other communities in the West. But I hear my sisters all the time talking about what they shouldn't do for a man and how a man should bow, in so many words, how a man should bow down to the way they operate. And I'm saying that's cool. Like, I'm not sitting there saying change. I'm not sitting there saying alter the way you're doing something. But 2 or 3 videos later, when you're saying, hey, you know what? I'm going out and all these singles events are empty, or I'm going out and guys won't check for me. Like, I'm just trying to say, hey, you know what, sister? Out of love, let me tell you what you may or may not be seeing. When certain brothers make certain moves, when they go to certain races, when they go to certain countries, this is what they're seeing. And I'm telling you, these women aren't better than you. But let me give you insight of what they're doing. In other words, let me show you their playbook. This is how they're operating. Now, you don't have to change. You don't have to change. You can say screw the world, but at least say, hey, you know what? At least this brother tried to show me. This brother tried to give me some insight. But I'm gonna tell you this: never again. Never again. And I know Mama Soul said, hey, every once in a while, make some content for the sisters that they can benefit from. Nope. Much love to Mama Soul. But nope, never again. Because I'm so used to, and you can even look in the comments in the last video. In the last video, a couple of brothers were saying, hey, somebody says, Soul was being nice. Soul toned it down. Soul didn't say what he really wanted to say, da-da-da-da-da. And he's telling the truth. Because I understand from the jump, I understand from the jump, women don't receive like men. Like when I'm talking to my brothers, I can sit there saying, hey brothers, you know what? If you're doing X, Y, Z, you moving like crap. And I can say, hey, you know what? I was moving like crap. Or I'm finding it, I'm moving like crap. We can talk like that. Us as men can talk like that. But with women, if you have any desire for them to receive it, you gotta sprinkle a little brown sugar on there. You got to put a few ornaments around your message, man. You got to put a few condiments and extra napkins around your meal, around your message, or they won't receive it. And even though when you put a chef's bay amount of caramel on it, man, 1 or 2 of them are still going to say, well, why are you talking about black women? Because I love my sisters. You think I want to see my sisters fail? I don't care if y'all go out here and marry Puerto Rican men. I don't care. Like I'm so far beyond the race conversation. Matter of fact, I had to back up a little bit to have these last few conversations. Because when I'm speaking to people, I'm speaking to people. Anything I say is and I know a lot of people are pro-black power. I'm so far past pro-black power. So I had to back up and have this conversation and separate people. You know what I'm saying? When I'm speaking, man, I'm speaking to every man of every race, culture, creed, And I'm hoping that every woman, if she's in the building of every race, culture, and creed, can benefit from it. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, again, Soul got much love for the sisters. But never again will I try to give game.